Forum has been sponsored, of course, by the Sandyland Shepherd Center, the St. John News, the St. John National Bank, which also is one of our major sponsors at the Shepherd Center, and has donated one of our cameras to us. We'll be taping this evening's stuff and putting it on our local television station as well as our website. I really want to thank everybody for coming in. I hope this is a wonderful exercise in American citizenship for us. The format this evening is going to be, we're going to start with the opposed or the contested races. We'll start after we have everybody come up. I'm going to have everybody come up, give us a 1 minute of who they are before they sit. And then we'll start with the county treasurer, and then we'll go to the sheriff and the county commission, and then we'll have our state people up. And the format this evening is going to be a minute or so of introducing them, talking to them about who they are, where they're from, and then several minutes of asking questions to a maximum of 5 minutes. At which point we will go to the incumbent and do the same with them, and then we'll give each individual that's running 2.5 minutes to say anything that we might have missed. Anybody that's got any specific questions for any of the candidates, if you would write it down and pass it forward, we'll see if we can get those sorted out and see if we can't do some work with them. In the meantime, I'm going to grab a cup of coffee. I'm going to let Mr. Freach come up, and we'll start introducing people, and we'll get this underway.
I want to be tactful and make sure that I get everyone first initially, and then secondly, I thought alphabetic order, but I'll just go by how I noticed you across. First, we have Ruth Teichman, Senator, State Senator, 33rd Senate District. If you want to have a seat, please. Let me see. Lisa Melton, our county treasurer. Mitch Holmes. Sure, anything. Representative, 114th, Representative, 114th District. Let's see. Glenn Brewster. Brister, excuse me. That's the first mistake I've ever made. I made a strike over in March of '63. She's registered Nita Keenan is the county clerk. Jeff Parr, Stafford County Sheriff. Kirk Ives, running for sheriff. Misty Fisher, running for county treasurer. Andrew Evans, running for 33rd Senate District. J.D. Hager, County Commissioner. Lee Suter, County Commissioner. Did I miss anyone? Mitch, are you running for anything?
Not this year, Steve.
Okay. Did I miss anyone?
Steve.
Les Dyke.
You might tell, I'm not familiar with this, sir.
That's right.
You have to introduce yourself. I apologize.
It's all right.
He's running for county commissioner. Okay. Raise your seat, Ron.
As I mentioned, I thought we'd start off with the contested races. And I thought we'd start off with those folks running for the county treasurer. Our Misty Fisher is running for county treasurer. And if you would, I forgot to write the stuff down here for you. I know you're. Tell us about yourself. Are you married?
Yes, I am married.
You have children?
Yes, I do.
And you've been in Stafford County how long?
Most of my life, I was raised over in Stafford, and then I married Chad Fisher, who's from St. John. We lived here, and we recently just moved back.
Wonderful. Now for the fun part, I'm going to ask you some questions. First off, I noticed you have some education in this area. Would you tell us how that experience and education helped qualify you for this position?
I have a bachelor's degree from Kansas State University in finance. I have had accounting background, I've had finance and trading background. I've been an office manager for different sized companies. With my husband's job, we traveled here and there, and so I've been with small startup companies all the way to large corporate financial firms. I've managed anywhere from 2 people to 15 people. I have taken most of them farther into technology to make it a more efficient office, more effective. Customer service is huge in any business. It doesn't matter if you're in a medical field or in farming, you still have to rely on the people who are around you and who you deal with. And
Well, good. Why is it you're running for this office at this time? And what do you see needs to be addressed?
well, obviously, it's only up every 4 years, and my degree is in business administration and finance, which would lead me to the treasurer's office because that is what you do in that office. I've had people contact me over the way customer service has been handled, and that seems to be an issue that's been brought to my attention. And that's one of the reasons I was led to this, was because community members, they seek me to run for the office. And so after several contacts have been made, I stepped forward and checked into it, decided, yes, this is definitely what I want to do. I've been looking for over a year now for something in this community to help and to be in the community, involved in it. And this is what I came across, and this is now feels like the time to do it. The office is only open every 4 years to run, so I jumped in 2 feet. We'll look back later.
Very well. Okay. Well, now I'd like to, Lisa. Hello? Tell us a little about yourself, family, history.
All right. My family is Ivan Milton. We've been married almost 20 years. He's a farmer rancher in Norfolk Hudson. I have 2 children. Krista is 14 and Jacob is 10. My parents are from Stafford County originally, and so is Ivan's parents. And I'm from Great Bend originally, and just married to a community.
What kind of challenges, you're the incumbent, so what kind of challenges do you see in the future for the position? And give us a brief description of the course of time you've been in your position and the changes in progress that you've made at this point that you'd like to see.
Technology is always the thing that's always changing to keep up with computer things. I think that's part of it. You've got to keep up on that, or else you're going to fall behind if you don't keep up. I've been treasurer for 4 years. Before that, I was deputy treasurer for 4 years under Linda McAllister, and I worked in the office for about 10 or 11 years. Before that, too, as a motor vehicle tax clerk and in the register of deeds before that. So, been in the courthouse about 18 years.
Okay. And what do you see as obstacles in that position?
In that position, obstacles for the future, just keeping updated on laws that change all the time. You just gotta be, you just gotta keep up on it, keep on the internet, and keep in touch with your legislators. Motor vehicle is always changing, motor vehicle laws.
Okay, thank you. Would you like to take the time to speak to them all. Just anything you'd like to say, you got 2.5 minutes.
Okay. I would like to start off, I would like the opportunity to serve Stafford County. I feel that Stafford County has given me a great childhood, and it's given my husband great ethics, and we enjoy what goes on here. When people leave this community and this area, the Midwest, Chad and I both have seen that those are usually the people that the large corporations want to hire because of our work ethics and because of the way we like to do things. I'm very detail-oriented, I'm very task-oriented. Anything and anyone who's ever worked with me can tell you I give 110% of whatever I'm going into. It isn't halfway with me. Anybody who I've worked for would gladly tell you that that's just how I do things. That's me. I'm there early, I'm there late. Whatever it takes to get the job done, to make it right. And in the treasurer's office, obviously, detail-oriented is very important so that there are not issues and incorrect information going out. I have a positive attitude. I usually am the one telling people, come on, look at the bright side. You know, you're having a bad day, but at least you're awake, you're up, you're moving. It's better than the alternative. Conflict resolution. I do have a teaching certification also. I have taught. You deal with conflict resolution in business just like you do in education. If you're there and there's an issue, there's two sides to every story. You've got to find the middle ground that works for everyone. And you're not always going to have two happy sides. That rarely happens, but at least if you can find part way in the middle, that's where it would work. Also, I am an active trader. I deal with stocks and bonds and options. I believe that your rate of return is not always your first and most important. I think liquidity is important. I also think availability, safety, especially with county funds. You need to make sure that they're safe. There might be things that come up that you need to get them, and if the rate of return is your number one thing that you're looking for, you're not always going to have the liquidity or the safety that goes with it. There's other things involved in your money.
Thank you so much.
Okay, some of my main accomplishments while I've been in office is I implemented the investment policy for Stafford County idle funds, and I feel I've been very successful in that. The earnings that I made in 2007 offset the 2008 county budget by 1.2 mils, and so I was real proud of that. We shipped our old tax rolls and ledgers that were back in the vault. We were just running out of room. We shipped them to the salt mines. It took our crew about 3 weeks to learn to do that. It was a lot of hard work, but we shipped 5 tons of books to the salt mines. So we had we indexed them, labeled them, and got them all organized. We upgraded our financial accounting program to a PC-based program, and being one of the first counties to go on to do that, volunteering to be one of the first ones to do it, we saved the county approximately $50,000 by helping to be a county that would help them through their process. I petitioned the taxpayers to change the Real ID Act on the federal level. Treasurers would not have been able to do driver's license renewals if that would have not got changed. So the treasurers statewide, we petitioned our people, and Jerry Moran delivered those petitions to Washington for us, and we succeeded. We got the Real ID Act changed in the wording so treasurers could continue to renew driver's license at a local level. If we would not have succeeded at that, it could have been possible you may have to drive to Dodge or Hayes to renew a driver's license. I've completed my treasure certification through Fort Hays State University. And I've also supported the motor vehicle modernization bill, which this will update our motor vehicle program, which is severely outdated. We're still running on the same program, motor vehicle program, since it came out in 1988. So that will help with a lot of accuracy and changes on motor vehicle and medicine.
Thank you. I want to thank both of you for being here this evening. It's wonderful that we can get so many good quality people running for office, as well as the fact that we get here to actually talk to us about what it is they're looking for. Next, I would like to switch to the folks that are running for sheriff. That would be Mr. Ives here and Mr. Barr. We'll start off with Mr. Ives. Mr. Ives, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm Kirk Ives. I'm from St. John. I lived here most of my life. Left for approximately about 10 years and went to school at K-State. Graduated with my degree in Bachelor of Fine Arts there. Decided to move on to the Kansas City area. I spent a couple years in Kansas City. Met my wife at K-State. 2 wonderful children, Kinder and Jace. And whenever we decided to have children, we decided to move back to the hometown community, raise our kids here, and to be able to enjoy our time back in a small hometown atmosphere, and to be able to enjoy that feeling of being the safety of that. And to enjoy it. After that, I got started in law enforcement. Been in law enforcement approximately 8 years. I've had the wonderful opportunity to move from a couple different agencies to have more of a diverse ability to learn different things from different agencies, bigger agencies, and I promoted to the Kiowa County Sheriff's Department. After the tornado there, I became a sergeant of their department, helped them rebuild their department from scratch. A lot of people can't say that they started the department from paperclip up, but I can say I've done that. I can say that it's been a wonderful, wonderful thing for me to learn.
Let me interrupt you at this point because I'm going to direct you.
Okay.
I noticed, let's say you graduated from the academy, and we're here as a patrolman role.
Yes.
Is that correct?
I started my career in St. John, and I spent approximately a year here, and I was offered a position, a higher paid position in the county crime.
Let me ask you the obvious question I'm going to ask everybody, is why are you running for this position, why now, and what kind of problems do you see, and how are we going to resolve them?
I ran for the position due to the fact also kind of the same thing, it comes around every 4 years. I want to make a change. I think it's time for change. I think that the county of Stafford County needs change. I've lived here. I can see it. I've seen lots of situations in crime. I've seen lots of situations of drug problems in the county. I know everybody has seen it. And drugs have lots of problems, whether it comes to property damage, things that are stolen. Make sure that they get enough money to support their habit. I graduated from the #1 drug interdiction school in the nation, Desert Snow out of Laughlin, Nevada. I'm currently scheduled to go back. I'm pretty excited about that. I've seized approximately $500,000 in drugs, money, currency, and vehicles. Personally, I'm surrounding myself around people that have seized even more than that. I've got experience from some of the people that I've worked with in Pratt, also in Kiowa County, and I've really enjoyed that opportunity.
Thank you. Mr. Barr, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. I lived in Stafford County all the 4 years of my life. My wife was raised in Stafford County. We attended Maxwell High School. We've been married 20 years. We have 3 children. Kellen is 17, Kira is 13, and we just turned 8 the other day. We enjoy Stafford County, we intend to stay here. I thoroughly enjoy my job here, and I give 100% to the community, and I have for almost 23 years.
My next question was going to say, I noticed that you've been with the department since '85. If you tell us about a little of your experiences there and where you see the sheriff's department going, some of your accomplishments, and what you'd like to see happen in the future.
Well, like you said, I began in 1985 as deputy. I was promoted to under sheriff in 1987 and was elected my first term in 1992 as sheriff. And after being elected, just like Kurt, I saw that times have changed a lot even since I started in 93 as sheriff. The first thing I did was I introduced the canine program to Stafford County. And prior to that, we had no canine dogs for finding narcotics. And we utilized the dog not only for interdictions like Kurt was talking about, but for the school. After that, I introduced the DARE program to Stafford County, which was an improvement from what we had before. And after that, I introduced Enhanced 911 to Stafford County, which prior to that, it was just dispatch, call on the phone. Well, now it's all computerized, and we can pinpoint where the call comes from and where everybody lives. And just most recently, this year, I have introduced Crime Stoppers to Stafford County, and they have a booth at the fair, and we'll be introducing that in India after the fair.
Fantastic. Thank you. Anything that you'd like to add? We've got a couple of minutes here.
I'd just like to say that I would love to have the opportunity to be the next sheriff of Stafford County. And I feel like I love my job. I love law enforcement. I put 110% in. I know you hear that a lot, because I truly do. I spend approximately 16 hours a day at work. I don't have an 8 to 5 job. When I go to work, I'm at work. I supervise approximately a 20-man department right now with dispatch, and I'm a hard worker. I've had some diverse training, and I'm excited about that, to bring that to Stafford County. I'm also really excited about working in Stafford County and having the visibility of the officers in the county. I'm excited about being able to be out in the county where people can see you and to be able to talk to you and to be able to see what the problems are in the county, and to be able to help them first thing. I don't have a problem coming out. I set this time right now. I mean, I'm on call 24/7. If I have to leave, I have to go. It doesn't matter if it's tornadoes, if it's crime, if it's one of my guys needing help, I go. I think it's time for the people of Stafford County to have a new change, and I just appreciate you.
I've lived in Stafford County all but 4 years of my life. My wife was raised in Stafford County. We attended Maxwell High School. We've been married 20 years. We have 3 children. Kellen is 17, Kira is 13, and Creed just turned 8 the other day. We enjoy Stafford County. We intend to stay here. I thoroughly enjoy my job here, and I give 100% to the community, and I have for almost 23 years.
My next question was going to say, I noticed that you've been with the department since '85. If you tell us about a little of your experiences there and where you see the sheriff's department going,
Okay.
some of your accomplishments, and what you'd like to see happen in the future.
Okay. Well, like you said, I began in 1985 as deputy. I was promoted to under sheriff in 1987 and was elected my first term in 1992 as sheriff. And after being elected, just like Kirk, I saw that times have changed a lot even since I started in '93. as sheriff. The first thing I did was I introduced the canine program to Stafford County. And prior to that, we had no canine dogs for finding narcotics. And we utilized the dog not only for interdictions like Kurt's talking about, but for the school. After that, I introduced the DARE program to Stafford County, which was an improvement from what we had before. And after that, I introduced Enhanced 911 to Stafford County, which prior to that, it was just dispatch, you call on the phone. Well, now it's all computerized and we can pinpoint where the call comes from and where everybody lives. And just most recently, this year, I introduced Crime Stoppers to Stafford County, and they have a booth at the fair, and we'll be introducing that into the media after the fair.
Fantastic, thank you. Well, now for the fun part, we have county commissioners here to talk to. Who are running. Again, I'd like to thank the gentlemen that are running for sheriff for spending their time with us. This evening we have, let's see.
Hey, Ron, could we have the candidates stand up when they address us? We
I
have
think we could do that.
fans going back here, and it's just kind of difficult.
Yeah, I didn't think about bringing them on.
And I'd like, before they've done it, to start over, but we're not going to ask them.
Well, why not?
Because they got good comments, we're just not catching them very well.
Yeah, they're not doing anything, they're just sitting here. We can start over. Yeah, I think that would be a good idea if the folks are, I'll have to come up here and do the talking, and I'll get out of the way a little bit. Let's see, we have, my notes are terrible, if you folks will give me a moment. Excuse me one second. I'm sorry, I didn't get your names. Les Knight, and you're running for the county commission. Okay. District 2. Mr. Dighton is running for District 2 in the county commission. I'm going to invite you to come up to the podium and speak. And I'll hide out of the way and ask you questions.
I'll stand up.
Okay.
Go back over.
Okay, if you'd stand up, it'll be a little easier for me to hear. If you give us a little bit of your background and your family.
I'm Les Dyke. I live in Maxville. We moved to Maxville in May of '67. Our children went through school there. A lot of grandkids went through school there. And I've been with my business associate in Maxville. My son and son-in-law owns Dab Oil here in town. And I still have a little bit of control of that, but not much. And I was with the Weekly Scooter Mowers from '73 to '99. I retired in '99. And I had never tried anything before as far as running for a government position, so I threw my hat in the ring this year. I thought I'd just see what happened. I'm for County Commissioner, District 2. And I don't have a lot of comment to make, because I don't know what goes on for sure in the county commission, but if I'm elected, I'll go around and get acquainted with county employees, see how good things go, stuff like that. So that's about all I've got to say.
Well, I've got a couple of questions for you guys running for the county commission. I don't remember where I put them. It occurs to me that Stafford County doesn't have an economic development system in place yet. I know that they looked at hiring an economic development manager, and I thought I'd ask you what you thought about that and what direction you'd like to take that, and if you've got any ideas in that.
I can't answer the question on that. These two guys sitting right beside me will go and answer that question. Oh, I'm going to do this for a while. If I get elected, sit there and listen.
You know, that's sometimes the best way to do.
And spend some time in there. And just good elected. Takes half a day. Stay there and get them. Commission to be completed.
Well, thank you, sir.
You bet.
And District 2, our incumbent is Mr. Suter.
I'm Lee Suter, of Maxville, born and raised in the Maxville community. At the end of this term, I will be commissioner for 12 years, whether that's good or bad. I think we have accomplished quite a few things since I've been on there. We brought in zoning, which we caught some pretty hard flack for that, but I still think that it protected our citizens against some things. In fact, when we introduced it, there had already been some interest from Sandyland County coming out in our county and looking for a place to dig a big home, put their trash. And that's one of the reasons that we pushed the zoning so far. Not too long ago, we introduced the neighborhood revitalization, which amounts to some savings in tax if you want to build a new house or redo your place. I have married Joyce. We have five children, 4 children, 5 grandkids, and I have 4 great-grandkids.
Let me ask you the same question I asked him about economic development. Where do you see the county going? What can we do as a county in order to ensure our continued health of our county government?
Well, we have tried to introduce this economic development. It seems like every time we get it kind of lined out and middle of our coordinator, it just doesn't work. But I do think it is very necessary.
Where do you see the county going in the next 20 years?
If these fuel prices and oil prices don't change down, that pile of black mix out there is for a while. But, we have to have it. You can't let the roads go under. So whatever it takes, we try to stay in. We try really hard to keep the mill levy down and have been able to do that pretty much.
Well, thank you, sir. Do either of you gentlemen have anything else you'd like to add?
I'm just listening.
We did invite everybody to come out, and Mr. Davis elected not to participate in our forum this evening. He's running against J.D. Hager, and I'd like to ask Mr. Hager to introduce himself. Give us.
I'm up there, so.
Okay. Since your opponent's not here, I'll just give you all the time you need.
All right. Well, I'm born in Stafford County. I'm a bit bridge. I think everyone knows where that is. You hear me? What's that talk too loud road? Right? That's my linebacker road for you. And I lived out there about 5 years old, and we moved into St. John. My grandma Delker died into his home. That's where my mother grew up. So, and today, my parents passed away. I bought the farm, so we still got the same family farm, and hope we can keep it for years to come. I graduated St. John High School, actually the same year she did, same class. But her grades were probably better than mine. I think we kind of had more things to do than probably as studious as she was. After that, I attended Stafford Community College and graduated from there. And while I was going to college, I worked in the summer part-time at the road department. So I had a little experience on that. And I farmed with my dad and my brother. In 1963, I was approached by Frank Harris, you probably heard that name. He's president of St. John National Bank, and Junior Lickis, and they had an opening, and they asked me if I'd be interested in working at the bank. And so that's kind of the history. From then on, I've been at the bank until last year, and retired last year. Currently, I lifted base at the bank and the chairman of the board of directors at the present time.
What else you want now?
Well, yeah, give me your accomplishments, tell me what the county's done that you're so
Okay.
proud of and where we're going.
He brought up the landfill. They didn't break the landfill. We had an issue with, we had to close our landfill due to regulations, and we had to transport our trash to another landfill because it was cost prohibitive to maintain a landfill. We had some different options of how to do this, and one was to charge everyone in the county all the property a certain levy to pay for the whole thing. And we ended up with a plan which I thought was a more fair plan, that we let the city's contract with the trash service, and all the county does is just pay for the tonnage. And working on that, also worked with a project that we got funding for recycling trailers, that you see right now, so worked with the committee, and got that in place. And there was no cost to the taxpayer, it was all tax money paid for this. Since then, we've tried to expand the recycling. As you know, since we're paying tonnage, it goes to Reno County. Anything we can eliminate from our trash, in any way at all, and we could recycle, we could save all the taxpayers money without taking money out of trash. So I encourage everyone here to try to keep recycling, and recycle more as you can. Minutes on the end?
I'll give you another minute.
I don't think
That'll
we
teach
ever-
you about it.
Okay, other things I did. Like Lee mentioned, we worked on revitalization plan, which I think is a good plan. It encourages people to build not only the residential but also industrial, to spend some money in the county. It gives them incentive because for 7 years it's a graduated rate, but each year your tax year is paying this much taxes. And at the end of 7 years, the whole property goes back onto the tax roll, so it increases the amount of money that you're going to be able to have on tax roll to help you on taxes and encourage people to build. We've got several of them. Last week I looked at some of the ones that proposals they had out. I think there's 8 or 9 we had the first part of the year that people continued to build. Some industrial and some it's more residential.
Okay, you stop long enough, I'm gonna go. Thank you, sir.
He is this, see that?
Okay, next I think it's